Leaks. Every car gets them sooner or later. But here's the truth. Even the most skilled mechanics can miss small leaks that quietly damage your engine, transmission, and even your safety on the road. In today's video, we're uncovering 10 unseen car leaks that mechanics often overlook and showing you how to spot them before they turn into a costly disaster. Because sometimes the tiniest drip can lead to the biggest repair bill. If you love keeping your car in top condition, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get right into it. 1. Power steering fluid leak. Let's kick things off with one leak that almost everyone overlooks. The power steering fluid leak. It usually starts small, just a few reddish or light brown drops under your car. But before you know it, your steering wheel feels heavier, stiffer, and starts making that annoying whining sound when you turn. Here's the catch. Most mechanics focus on engine oil and brake fluid, completely ignoring this sneaky one. Always inspect around the power steering pump, hoses, and reservoir for any oily or greasy buildup. If left unchecked, this leak doesn't just affect comfort, it can burn out your entire steering system, leaving you with a massive repair bill. And trust me, when your steering locks up mid-turn, you'll wish you'd spotted that leak sooner. 2. Windshield washer fluid leak. Now here's a leak that seems small, but can be surprisingly annoying: the windshield washer fluid leak. It's not a major mechanical issue, but it's one of the most commonly missed problems during regular inspections. Over time, your washer fluid reservoir or its thin tubing can crack from cold weather, vibrations, or even cheap fluid. You'll notice your washer jet stops spraying, yet the fluid level keeps mysteriously dropping, like it's vanishing into thin air. Take a quick peek underneath your front bumper. If you spot a blue or green puddle, that's your clue. It might look harmless, but a leaky reservoir means dirty windshields, poor visibility, and unsafe driving in bad weather. The good news? A simple sealant or low-cost replacement tank can solve it instantly and save you from that frustrating no-spray moment right when you need it most. 3. Transmission fluid leak. Now, this one right here can be brutal on your wallet if ignored. We're talking about the transmission fluid leak, one of the most expensive and easily overlooked problems a car can have. These leaks usually come from worn-out seals, cracked pan gaskets, or aging cooler lines. You'll spot reddish or dark brown oil pooling underneath the middle of your car. That's your first warning sign. But here's what makes it so tricky. Some leaks only show up when the car is hot and running, meaning many mechanics miss them during a cold inspection. That's why you should check your transmission fluid levels regularly and inspect for wet or oily spots around the transmission pan and lines. If you ignore it, that fluid loss can lead to harsh shifting, slipping gears, or even total transmission failure. And trust me, that repair bill can make your heart skip a beat. A few minutes of checking today could save you thousands tomorrow. 4. Differential oil leak. If you drive a rear-wheel or four-wheel drive vehicle, this one's especially for you. Your differential is what allows your wheels to spin at different speeds. It's a small but powerful part that keeps your ride smooth through every turn. But here's the problem. The differential housing can start leaking due to old gaskets, worn pinion seals, or damaged cover plates. And many mechanics skip checking it altogether, unless you specifically ask them to. A tiny leak might not look serious, but it slowly drains vital oil, leading to grinding noises, overheating gears, and massive repair costs. If you ever notice oil around the rear axle or catch a burning, gear-like smell after a drive, don't ignore it. That's your car crying for attention. Fixing it early could be as simple as replacing a gasket, but waiting too long can turn your differential into a metal blender. 5. Valve cover gasket leak. Now this one is a silent killer for many engines. The valve cover gasket leak starts so small that you might not even notice it until it's already made a mess under the hood. This gasket seals the very top of your engine, keeping the oil inside where it belongs. But over time, with all that heat and vibration, the gasket hardens and cracks, letting oil slowly seep out. You might catch a whiff of burning oil or see a little smoke curling up after a drive. That's your first warning sign. It's a quick and inexpensive fix if you catch it early, but ignore it too long and the oil can drip down onto your spark plugs, causing misfires, rough idling, and poor performance. Pop your hood once in a while and check for wet spots or baked oil stains around the valve cover. A few minutes of inspection can save you from major engine trouble and keep your car running like new. 6. Vacuum leak. Here's a tricky one. Not technically a fluid leak, but just as dangerous to your car's health. A vacuum leak allows unmetered air to sneak into your engine, throwing off the air-fuel balance and confusing your sensors. The result? Your engine idles rough, accelerates poorly, and your fuel economy suddenly drops for no clear reason. What makes it worse is that most mechanics won't catch it unless they perform a smoke test, and that's something many shops skip entirely. If your car feels shaky at idle or sounds like it's hunting for the right RPM, you might be dealing with a tiny crack or loose hose. You can try a simple carb cleaner spray test around the hoses and intake area to pinpoint the leak. Just make sure to do it safely and in a ventilated area. Left unchecked, this invisible problem can cause long-term engine strain and poor performance. Proof that even air leaks can hurt your ride as much as oil ones. 7. Coolant leak. Everyone checks their radiator for leaks, but very few ever think to inspect the heater core. And that's where one of the most hidden coolant leaks can occur. This small radiator tucked deep under your dashboard quietly controls your cabin heat. And when it leaks, you won't see it outside. You'll smell it inside. That sweet syrup-like odor or a foggy film on your windshield is your warning sign. Ignore it, and that leak can soak your carpets, ruin your interior, and even damage your electrical wiring under the dash. Keep an eye on your coolant level, and every so often, feel under the dashboard for any dampness or sticky residue. If your windows start fogging up for no reason, it's not the weather, it's your heater core crying for help. A quick pressure test can confirm it, and fixing it early can save you from a nightmare of moldy carpets and expensive repairs later on. 8. Oil pan drain plug leak. Here's a leak that often shows up right after your routine oil change. The oil pan drain plug leak. It happens when the drain plug gasket is over-tightened, damaged, or reused, letting tiny drops of oil slowly escape. You might notice a few dark spots on your driveway and think it's nothing, but that small drip can add up over time, lowering your oil level and risking engine wear. Unfortunately, many mechanics skip replacing the tiny crush washer and just screw the plug back in, guaranteeing the leak will come back. Always ask for a new washer during every oil change. It costs just a few cents but saves you a lot of frustration. And remember, oil leaks don't just stain your driveway, they can shorten your engine's life if left unchecked. A quick check under your car after an oil change can save you from a slow, silent oil loss later on. 9. AC refrigerant. Leak. There's nothing worse than turning on your AC on a hot day and getting hit with warm air instead. Most people think their refrigerant is just low, but in reality, it's often escaping through a hidden leak. These leaks can form in your evaporator, condenser, or tiny O-rings, and the tricky part is, they're nearly invisible to the naked eye. A professional UV dye test can reveal where that refrigerant is sneaking out, but many mechanics skip this step entirely. If they do, you'll keep refilling refrigerant again and again, wasting money while the problem quietly continues. Fix the leak once, seal it properly, and you'll enjoy cool, refreshing air all summer long, without constant top-ups or extra costs. And here's a pro tip. If your AC loses cooling power every few weeks, don't refill. Inspect. It's cheaper to fix the source than to feed the symptom 10. Brake fluid leak. Out of all the leaks on this list, this one is by far the most dangerous. The brake fluid leak. Unlike other leaks that just cost you money, this one can literally cost you control of your car. Brake fluid leaks usually occur at the calipers, brake lines, hoses, or the master cylinder. And here's the scary part. Even a tiny leak means a loss of hydraulic pressure, which can make your brakes feel spongy or fail completely. If your brake pedal feels soft or starts sinking slowly to the floor, stop driving immediately and check for leaks. Look for light yellow or clear fluid near the wheels or under the hood. That's your red flag. Ignoring it can turn a simple repair into a total brake system replacement, or worse, a dangerous situation on the road. Stay alert and remember, every drop of brake fluid counts when it comes to your safety. Outrow. And there you have it, 10 hidden car leaks that even the best mechanics can overlook. These small drips and drops might seem harmless, but catch them early, and you'll save yourself thousands in repairs and endless headaches down the road. Remember, your car always whispers before it screams. Listen to those little signs. A faint smell, a light stain, a change in performance. Stay curious, stay alert, and your engine will thank you with years of smooth running. If you found this video helpful, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and let us know in the comments. Which leak shocked you the most? We love hearing your stories and tips from the garage. Until next time, drive smart, stay safe, and keep those engines running silky smooth.